Hello everybody and welcome back to Crazy Bees. We are still at home with the cold, so we decided today that Tom was going to go out and pick his peppers. And he got a pretty good pepper harvest. We wanted to go over all the different types of peppers that we have that are growing out there right now that are getting ripe. And we're going to try to do it from the heat level, but I might jump around just a little bit. So we're going to start with the lowest here, and these are our sweets. This is a sweet crimson, and it can get a nice bright red, but we're getting into colder temperatures at night, so we picked what we could because we don't want our peppers getting frostbite. So they'll still be fine green, and we can even leave them out to turn red if that's what we choose to do. And those are from 0 to 500. The next one is a sweet banana, and that is also 0 to 500. And then we have our Anaheims, and those are 500 to 2500 on the Scoville scale. And now your Scoville scale is your scale that kind of tells you the range of heat that you're going to be getting on that pepper. Your poblanos are 1 to 2000. We didn't do the big Jims, but I'm guessing, Tom's going to look it up, but I'm guessing that they're going to be right around where the habaneros are, but we'll see. The next ones that are going to come up are your purple and red cayennes. They are 30 to 50,000. And then in here also we have those little tiny chiltepins that are a pain in the butt to pick.
50 to 3,500.
So the big gems here, all of these guys are 50 to 3,500. And the chiltepins are 50 to 100,000. So they're right, a big pepper like this. This little guy has the same kick as this big pepper, and a little more. It's crazy. They really have a kick. Okay, so then we did the red and the purple cayennes. We also have UFOs in here, and the UFOs are 30 to 45,000. And what other ones did we have in here, Tom? I think we got all those that are in that pile there. And then we go over to the serranos, which are 20 to 23,000. Then you have your jalapenos, which are actually less heat than the serranos. They're 2,500 to 8,000. And then we did another one just for the fun of it. This is called a Peter pepper. And it is 10,000 to 23,000. So we just did that to see if it would actually do what it looked like in the picture, and it does. Then we have the jalapeno and the grand jalapeno. They're both the same heat level. Then we move to, let's see, we're down to the Christians. These little guys right here. Now Tom said these kind of had a lemony flavor to them. He really liked them. They're about 76,000. And then the hot cherries, he's trying to decide if he wants to eat this one or not. Because with the cold, our throats have been really bothering us. And he tried the Peter pepper actually yesterday. And with his throat as raw as it was, it did some damage. So I can't, if he tries one of those other ones with that cold, I think he's really going to be hurting. The hot cherry is 5 to 15,000, so that's closer to your Anaheims actually. They're not very hot, but they have a very good flavor. And then we do the dragon's claw, which is this guy right here. And here's a bigger one even, right here. Those are 75,000. Then we get into the super hots. We have a super hot mix right here. We have about 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 peppers here that are just going to be a mix because we have no idea what they are. When we started our labeling system out there, we were doing the popsicle sticks and writing on the popsicle sticks, and those all got worn off, especially when you're dealing with perennials, as we do with our pepper plants. And so then we tried the plastic ones, and the writing on the plastic ones, same thing. Then we went to labels. The labels have been working good, but unfortunately some of our older peppers out there, we don't know what they are because we can't find the labels on them, and we have so many out there that, you know, we can't tell. So we got about 7 that we don't know what they are. And then here we go into this big pile of habaneros is regular habaneros and peach habaneros. And those are 100,000 to 350,000. And then we come down to one that Tom is just, we're both so proud of this one. I mean, this is a beautiful pepper. This is a Trinidad chocolate scorpion, and it is 1.5 to 2.1 million. We've got 3 of those. And then the jigsaws, which are, where are they? These? No, those are the primatalis. All of these right here are the jigsaws, and those are 1.5 to 2.2 million. And there's a couple gator jigsaws. Huh? They're in that pile too, right? And those are 1.8 to 2.4 million. Then this one here is another beautiful pepper. This is called the Moruga Satan, or Satan, however you want to pronounce it. It's 1.5 to 2 million Scovilles. And then this one here is a regular Trinidad, and it ranges at the same as the chocolate with the 1.5 to 2 million. And then we have a hurtberry. Where was the hurtberry, Tom?
Right back to the yellow one right
Right here.
there.
These guys here are the hurtberries.
Yeah.
These are 1.6 to 2.5 million. And then this one here is our best producer of the year, and it has given us many, many pods. Tom thinks this is the hottest pepper in the world. I couldn't tell you because I won't try them. But the hottest pepper in the world right now is the Pepper X, and you can't get your hands on the Pepper X seeds right now. But this is the Primatali, and Tom says this is the hottest pepper in the world that he knows of right now.
Hotter than dragon's breath.
And it, yeah, he said it's hotter than the dragon's breath. So this one is at 1.8 to 2.4 plus million on the Scoville scale. So he did one of these on video, but it didn't record. So he's gonna have to do another one of those at some point to show you guys the insides of those things. They are beautiful. Some of them have quite a few seeds too, which we've saved some of the seeds on those. So now that we got all the peppers shown to you guys, the next step, we already had some that we had put away when we did our last harvest, and these ones just dried, and it's the same mix of everything that's on the table. So we're going to take these and we're going to grind them up. I've got 2 masks that I'm going to wear. Tom's a little bit worse off on the cold scale than I am, so I'm going to be the guinea pig today. When you do these things, this stuff gets in the air, and just the smell of grinding them up, and it's pretty bad. So I grabbed 2 masks because one does not work, and he was blessed with a gift of a Ninja for a Christmas present this year. We've been using a coffee grinder and it burnt out on us, so we've been saving up our peppers for a while. And he had he gifted all of his other peppers that he had ground up already from last year. So we got to get some more peppers ground up. We're going to try the food processor and see how that works. If the food processor doesn't work very well, then we're going to go to the smaller cup blender that you would use for smoothies and things like that. But we're going to start with this one and see how it does. We've never used it before, so I got to figure out what I'm doing here. There we go. You got to lock it in place. Hit the release button. Okay. Get the mask on. Tell you guys, I'm doubling this up. Okay. Oh, I need my gloves. Babe, can you grab me a couple gloves? They're in the... Cannot do this without the gloves. Okay. I guesstimated that we'll get about 5 of those little jars out of it, but we'll see. I'm gonna need that that jar thing, the jar filler that's up in the cabinet. You think that's enough? Whoops.
I'll try it first.
Okay, now line this up. Push down the handle. I have it lined up right. Wow, these things are finicky. What is that? Huh? Is that an air thing? Okay, here we go. We're going to, I think we should pulse. Here we go. And we want to chop. Power. Chop. Oh, it does it itself. We want it finer than that. So that was pulsing, so we could go on high. Huh?
Is there a grinding mode on there?
It is smoothie, ice crunch, extract, chop, or dough.
Chop.
And I did chop.
Try to grind.
I think we might be better off with the other thing. Just seems like it's leaving a lot of pieces in it. Look at them. There's still big pieces in it. Whew. Okay, that definitely made a big difference. Look at how much powdery that got. So I think we're gonna have to go with the smoothie cup.
Well, I think you're gonna wanna do a rip first with that. And then the last bit with this.
So should we try this? Just try it this way one time
Yeah.
and see? But let's open that jar. Ooh. Oh no.
It's gonna get out. You're not gonna like it fucking off if you keep eating that stuff.
Okay, I think we'll end up with more than 5 jars. Okay, you guys, this is actually blended up better than our old mix. I think so. I think we'll do the smoothie blend on this. So let's see if we just do it in here right away. Oh, whoops. I gotta put that thing back on. Oh, I gotta fill it first. Oh, the heat must be getting to me. I don't think we want to do too many. That many, you think?
Yeah.
Okay, now let's see what it does. It has this thing that is set at like 50 seconds. So I actually have to turn it off because it's like, it's done. Look at that, it's like a fine powder. There's a couple pieces in there yet, so we're gonna turn it on one more time.
How big are pieces?
That one was pretty big. Yeah, that took care of that. Whew.
Add that to the jar you already did.
This one here? Okay. Oh man, you
Jake
guys.
filled up. We'll overfill it. Yourself no more.
Ooh. Is that full? Is that,
that's
it's about 1/4 of an inch. Okay, you guys, that's one. We'll come back after we get these ground up and see how many we came up with. All right, we've got all of those peppers ground up, and that Ninja worked amazing. It did work better with the smoothie attachment rather than the food processor, but look at that. It just did this very finely ground up pepper that's going to be amazing on any of your favorite dishes or in, casseroles, things like that. Anything you want a little bit of extra spice to, that's going to be amazing. So, now what are we going to do with all these peppers, you wonder? Half of them we're going to dehydrate so that we can make more of the pepper powder slash flakes. The rest we are sending to Wyoming. We have a friend there named Jim Castillo, and he does salsa. And he has used some of our salsa in some of his stuff and sent us the jars. But the ones that I'm going to show you today don't have our peppers in them, I don't think. But when he did do it and he sent us the mix of the ones that he did with our peppers, it was pretty hot. So some of the ones that he has, I'm going to go from a milder to a hotter. He has a mango tango, and then he has a, let's see, Devil's Brew. That's medium. Then we go to Prairie Fire. That's more of a smoked salsa. And the Four Horsemen, which is fairly hot. And then he just did a new one. This is his newest one that he just came up with, called the Wicked Sensation. This is supposed to be his hottest salsa right now that he's making. So we're going to send him some of our peppers, and hopefully he can make use of them in some of his salsas. And he is nice enough to send us back some salsa. So that saves us from having to do a little bit of that work. So he's just, I think his salsas are excellent. And if you ever wanted to order any of his salsas, you would just go onto his website, which is notyourmamasalsa.com. Yes. And he also has an email, jimmr.salsa@gmail.com. If you also want to, if you need to email him. I think some of that stuff's still in the air, but I can tell you, with that Ninja, it did not throw up as much powder in the air as when we were using that coffee blender. So we just wanted to show you guys what we were up to today, and we'll see what we can come up with tomorrow. And thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care.